Hey guys, it's Joel from Joel Reviews here to review Ready Player One. Now I know I've been gone for a while. I know I did not review Tomb Raider, and I know I did not review Pacific Rim 2, but as you can see, my set is different. I'm actually at my parents' house, and I'm going to be moving again pretty shortly because my house actually flooded. So that's what's been going on with me for a little bit. So let's get to the review. 3, 2, 1. Ready Player One is one of those nostalgia trips. It's like watching Star Wars on the big screen after 40 years and getting all excited for Episode 7. All drowned in, excitement coming out. Because, man, this movie had a trailer where the Iron Giant came out. That's one of my kids' and myself's favorite movie is the Iron Giant. Big freaking robot. And plus all the 80s nostalgia trips. Oh, and all the video game characters that come out, like the Spartans. Woohoo! That was awesome. So how was the movie, actually? Because that's the most important part of a movie review, is how the movie is. Well, let's start with the story. The story is like any 80s teen drama movie where you have kids versus some big corporation. Kind of like the Karate Kid in a sense, where you have one kid and a group of kids, and they fight this big corporate mess. And, well, it's actually quite entertaining. It felt really Steven Spielberg-y. It felt really 80s, and it really worked. It tied everything together, and it was actually quite entertaining. The entire time, I was thrilled. My eye sockets were attached to the screen. There was not a moment in the movie that was dull or boring. But there was a love relationship that needed to be a little fleshed out. This did come from a book, so the book probably expressed a lot more. I'm not really sure, I haven't read the book, but it would have made a lot more sense. So it was kind of confusing how you can love somebody in first sight. Come on, that's a Disney thing. Did not work for this movie, but at least they did have one comment that when you play video games and you're on social media, you might fall in love with somebody you might not expect them to be. Which, satire of the modern age, because that is so true. How many of you guys, how many of us have gone on websites to date people? Same kind of deal. You don't get what you expect. And there was one where the main character, Z, his best friend was H, and he was like, don't expect just because it's a girl avatar for it to be a woman. Well, later on, Z loved this character. Well, she was a she, but his best friend H, who was a man avatar, was actually a woman. See? Don't believe everything you see on the internet. It could turn out to be a woman in disguise or a man in disguise. It was great. It really had a good sense of how the world might look in the future, how it might work later on in life with the VR headsets and maybe the whole world turning into a digital thing where everything that matters, where everything that gives you money is really going to be in a VR. You never know. But this world was cool. It was awesome. And guys, you really should check out this movie, especially if you love video games, especially if you love 80s movies. There's a scene particularly taken out of an old movie from the 80s and put into this movie, and it is fantastic. It scared my wife. There is some scary parts in this movie because of that one movie scene. It was awesome. Then there was also the big epic fight at the end, which had Halo Spartans, it had the Iron Giant, and it had three big monsters. Okay, monsters and robots that fight each other. It was a fight from heaven. It was amazing. It was pretty epic, guys. Oh, and by the way, you are going to love the beginning of the movie where you have the big race. Holy cow, there's so much nostalgia right there. I mean, if you had a drinking game about how many times you see nostalgia anything, you just pass out. There's so much stuff. It's so much fun. The ride is irresistible. There is that little hiccup with the girlfriend thing, but hey, every 80s every 80 movie had it. And in particular, most, if not all, most movies have that now. So you kind of get the point. We understand it's kind of a hiccup. And because of that, it kind of takes the movie back a little bit. But I would suggest seeing this in 3D. The 3D effects pretty sick. You gotta see it in 3D. And if you can get D-box seats, I would suggest doing that as well. I'm pretty sure it'd be a lot of fun doing that. I didn't get to experience the D-box seats, but I'm pretty sure they would be pretty epic with this movie. So guys, I'm hoping to get to review God of War 4, and I'm also going to try to review Detroit 2 Human. I may or may not get to those. I am for sure getting to God of War 4, but my budget right now is I'm moving, so I might be a little late on a couple movie reviews and a couple other things. Again, I'm sorry I didn't get to Tomb Raider or Pacific Rim 2. I still haven't seen those movies, and I was going to review those. I didn't get to it. So, guys, next time will be a lot sooner, I promise. But anyway, like my video, subscribe, and don't forget, hit the bell icon so you guys know I made a new video. See you guys.